So, as I said, the InfoSec train has a leader in the, InfoSec training and certification courses and programs. And why they are different than other certificate or the training providers? Because they look for the trainers who has already been incorporated for more than 15 years, right? And they not just bring the content on the table, but at the same time they bring in their experiences or whatever nuances they have faced throughout their career, right? And that's where we as a infosec train are able to deliver value to the people's life who are cyber enthusiasts and they want to grow their career in the cyber domain, right? So it's whole, some sort of theory to get the concept clear, at the same time our own experiences as the trainer, how we face the situation, how we deal with it, and what was the outcome or the results at the end, right? So that's how about the infosec train. Infosec train has many trusted clients. Just to list few: Tata Communication, Willis Towers Watson, MDocs, Gap, PepsiCo, Emphasis, Erection, EY, which is one of the big fours. All these big brands are their clients where InfoSec Train help those employees within this organization, train them and help them to clear their certification based on their organizational requirements. So as we are talking about why infosec train, if somebody wants to get certified, then why they should choose infosec train? So what are the differentiator basically, right? So infosec train is already, you know has partnered with different ecosystem, right? Like Microsoft, they are partnered with the Microsoft, meaning they get the early notification or the training materials for their candidates to deliver the training, right? They are authorized partner for CompTIA to deliver the trainings and certification programs. We already have IAP official training partner. We are partnered with the ISACA, and we are a trusted centers for delivering ISACA related certification and training programs. PECB EC Council is also InfoSec Train is also aggregated with the EC Council training centers. So these are our alliance partners or the training partners or learning partners, whatever you call it out. The next topic is how to pass the CSSP in first attempt. As I said, this is the title, right, which we are going to discuss about this. So just friends, to be clear, we are not going to cover the content because CCSP itself has, vast topics and, broad spectrum of domains, right, where we need to spend almost 48 to, 50 hours to learn the entire course or chapter or syllabus, right? Instead, what we are going to learn is why one should pass the CCSP, what is the value it is going to bring on the table for you as an individual, you as a cyber professional, you as a family man, right? So that is what we are going to discuss. What are the challenges you basically going to face when you start your journey with the CCSP? What would be the solution you are going to apply to come out of that particular challenges, or to mitigate the gap between those challenges and the problems and get the outcome or the result you are going to achieve, right? So that is the main agenda for the topic. So basically you need to follow the four simple steps framework which I'm going to talk at the end, and then you can just voila pass the CCSP certification very easily. So the agenda for the today's topic is life after passing CCSP. So what all you are going to achieve once you are CCSP certified, right? And what are the CCSP market potential basically and the demands in the open job markets? What are the challenges people face while their CCSP journey? Reason for those challenges, right? What are the solutions to pass the CCSP in the first attempt? And before I dive into the agendas today, let me introduce myself. So my name is Nilesh. I am a senior cybersecurity consultant, high performance coach, and life coach. I am the trainer of this how to pass CCSP in first attempt. And why I'm doing this? Because I want to help cybersecurity professionals who are stagnant in their career or who wants to kickstart their career in cybersecurity domain, so that they can get name, fame, and recognition within the organization and get success in their career. So that is the agenda. I am also known as cyber guru and high performance expert for the past 17 years. I have been in cyber and IT security industry for the 17 years, and I have been into IT and cyber security doing research on IT and cyber security industry, meeting and learning from many experts within the India and internationally, so that I can help IT professionals to grow in their career and make the things easy for them based on my experience, based on the hurdles or the roadblocks I have faced throughout my career. So the purpose of this particular workshop or the webinar is to bring my experience and how I passed all those industry recognized certification, and how you can follow the same process and then pass the CCSP certification. That is the whole agenda behind today's. So before we dive into the details, let's discuss who is this session for. So if you are a graduate and you want to start your career in cybersecurity, this is for you. If you want to switch your career from IT to cybersecurity, this is for you. If you want to be cybersecurity professional and help secure the community, this is for you. If you want to name, fame, and recognition in the field of cybersecurity, this session is going to help you. If you have got stuck in your existing career and you want to open the plethora of opportunities within the organization, is moving up in the ladder within the organization and explore the opportunities outside, then this session is for you. If you are worried about your career in future because of ever evolving technology landscape, this session is for you, because you are going to discover why cybersecurity is never going to go out of the market. So if you land in any of these categories, friends, this session is for you. This is very important for you, right? Now, who is this not for, right? So nothing, everything is not for everyone, right? So that's where let's see who is this not for. So if you are looking for some quick fix solution, that this is not for you. If you guys are thinking that you guys have joined this session for just 2 hours and then that is enough to pass the CCSP, I'm really sorry to say this is not for you. If you want no efforts, full results, then absolutely this is not for you. Because friends, until and unless we put our sweat and blood to get our goals achieved, we are not going to get anything, right? As you would have heard, everything is not easy, and it should not be easy, right? Because if it is easy, then everyone can achieve it, every can get it, right? So we should look for the middle level of difficulty, right? Which is not something everyone can do, right? And that's where CCSP is not something every can pass. If you are not dead serious about your career and goals, right, then again this is not for you, right? If you are just focusing on doing your 9 to 5 job and then coming to home and sitting on couch, spending time watching Netflix or scrolling the social media, this is not for you, because you need to be serious. If you want to grow in your career, if you want to get name, fame, or prestigious awards within the organization, you need to be serious, really, right? If you are not open to new ideas, like I am going to talk about the framework which I am going to suggest you guys to follow in order to pass CCSP in your first attempt, and on based on that you are going to get many advantages, many benefits out of it, right? So if you are not open to new ideas, this session is not for you. If you are easily offended by hard truth, friends, throughout the session I am going to talk about the hard truth. As I said, if you are not going to get out of your comfort zone, this is not for you. In a similar way, I am going to remind you why you are going to start your journey for CCSP, right? So if you get easily offended by the hard truth, then this session is not for you, because it's not about you, it's not about infosec train, or it's not about me as a trainer. It is about you guys, right? You guys have to grow in your career. You guys have to secure your job. You guys have to get recognition within the organization and outperform the, with your peers, right? So it is all about you, friends. It is not about infosec train and not about me as a trainer, right? So be open, come with open mindset, listen to me as a trainer, mentor, or the coach follow my instruction, dedicate those 3 months to your CCSP, and see the result will be on your way without any doubt, without any issues or challenges. Now, why it is important to pass CCSP? So, friends, as you all know, in today's digital age, cloud computing has become an essential part of our lives. Business are increasingly migrating their data and application to the cloud, and the reason behind businesses to move towards cloud is the speed they get to provision new VMs, or maybe making live to the new applications, the flexibility, the cloud's ability to elasticity, right? And a pay as you go model, right? So there are a lot of benefits of the cloud, right? You don't need to spend upfront cost to make the things working. You just need to focus on the recurring cost. As you use the services for a whole month, you need to pay the fee, whatever consumption you have made for that particular month, right? So due to that, businesses are increasingly migrating their data and application to the cloud, which creates a growing demand for skilled cloud security professionals, right? I hope you all agree with this. Every organization is moving towards cloud security. And considering all this thing, ISC Square Certified Cloud Security Professional, or abbreviated as CCSP certification, validates your expertise in securing cloud environments. Earning your CCSP demonstrate your ability to design, implement, and manage a secure cloud infrastructure. This presentation is going to help you explore the value of the CCSP certification, the potential career opportunities it unlocks, in the steps you can take to pass the exam on your first attempt. How this is going to help you outperform. So once you pass the CCSP, you would be considered as a trusted advisor, right? And you would be treated as a well known within the team, right? Because as I said, CCSP has a broad domain, 8 domains, where you are going to learn almost all aspects of the cloud security, right? So that is going to help you to get recognized separately, right? Since you would have a broad knowledge about the cloud security, you are going to become a go-to person for any other teams within the organization, right? Because they would be thinking, since you are already CCSP, then you are going to know about certain issues or challenges maybe your organization is facing or your client is facing, right? The third thing is, you are going to being recognized in front of the leadership team. The moment you are going to pass CCSP, you are going to announce within the organization that you are already CCSP certified, right? And now there are huge demand from the client side, where they look for CISSP, CCSP, or CISM qualified or certified individuals to get enrolled on their engagement, right? So due to that, you are going to have a more visibility, and that is going to help you outperform in the crowd and get name, fame, and recognition. Now, who all wants to move fast up in the ladder within the organization or beyond to get success in the field of cybersecurity? Due to the broad coverage of cloud security, as I said, you can resolve most of the cloud security problems for your organization and client, leading you to get limelight, visibility in front of the crew workers and the client leadership team, opening the path for your growth. Showing your CCSP certification in your resume or CV help you get attracted by the recruiters and getting shortlisted for the interview, right? So you guys would have noticed that if you have 10 years of experience, you are already in the cloud security profession, and you have another colleague who is also in the same cloud security with a similar experience, but that candidate is having CCSP certification or any other industry standard certification like CISSP, then the recruiter will have more attraction towards that individual as compared to you, because your CCSP certification has the label on that, right? So that is going to help you. Also, when you have the CCSP certification, it means you are not just one who is claiming the skills or the knowledge you have on the cloud security. However, it is the third party vendor, that is IC Square in this case, proving that you have the skills and the knowledge what you are claiming, right? So friends, let's understand this particular concept. If you want to travel from Mumbai to Delhi, or maybe Delhi to Mumbai, and you want to pass the security check, right? So if you will just go there and you will tell that I'm Nilesh, or if I go there and if I say I'm Nilesh and I want my name is Nilesh and I want to travel to Delhi to Mumbai, or vice versa, are they going to allow me to enter in the airport area? The answer is no, because we do not have any trusted party who is certifying that the person I am claiming, I am the same person, right? And that's where they ask for Aadhaar card in case of India, or maybe the social security number if in case of US, or maybe the passport number, right, or the passport card or the voter ID card. These are the information which are requested by the airport authority or the security guards who are in the gate, right, just to validate the authenticity, right? They are not trusting on me, they are trusting on the passport authority of India, or the entity issuing the voter ID card, or the entity issuing the social security number, right? So that's how the trust bond is created between the person or the organization, right? In a similar way, whatever knowledge or the skills you acquire across different cloud platforms or through CCSP, that is going to be certified or aggregated by the ISC square, and that attracts the recruiters and the leadership team or the hiring manager within the organization to go with you, because they have some third party proving your skills or knowledge. Now, if you want to keep learning, right, there would be different kind of people, right? Somebody may want to outperform in a team, somebody wants to uh, move up on the ladder, somebody wants to keep learning, right? So the field, cybersecurity field, is ever evolving, right? So if you are the person who want to keep learning, then this is for you, where you can keep learning, right? This particular domain is going to ever evolving, right? As you guys would have seen, uh, we have seen the many technological changes, right? Metaverse coming in the virtual reality, right? Where we use AR, VR, augmented reality, or the virtual reality as a VR. Then since we already have a technology providing us the virtual experience of the stores sitting at home, right? So in a similar way, we also are increasing the threat landscape, right? So we need security on the metaverse, we need security on the IoT, OT, right? We need security on the cloud, where most businesses are moving towards, right? So as we have changes on the technology landscape, the cyber security is also evolving. So you can keep learning if you want to go ahead with CCSP as a certification. Next is, the future is bright for IT and cybersecurity professionals, because more than 750,000 job openings in US alone, right? Currently, if you will go and look at the cybersec.org, you will get to know 750,000 job openings in US alone, and only 1.1 million people are employed. Means 40% of the cybersecurity jobs are open in US alone, right? And this is going to grow in years to come by the ratio of 10 to 12% every year, meaning 5,000, 500,000 new jobs every year, meaning the person who is in the cloud security or the IT security or cyber security has the bright future. IT and cyber security field is never going to go out of the market. Yes, it is a business enabler. Friends, we have been listening or hearing since starting that cybersecurity is a technology or the the tools, right, we need to use as part of the cybersecurity. But that's this absolutely wrong, right? Cybersecurity is business enabler, right? Cybersecurity makes you organization resilient, right, towards any type of threats, whether it's a man-made or it's a natural threat, or it's a maybe environmental threats, right? So security is the team which makes sure that the business operates in all the situations, right? As I said, in all those three disasters or the threats, right? So you are going to have a better life or better opportunity. In cybersecurity you can get best career opportunities because, as you know, there are many domains. If you are interested on application security, cloud security, IoT OT security, identity access management, threat detection and response, threat hunting, red team, blue team, then we have security operations centers, AI security, metaverse security, supply chain security, security architecture and engineering. Then we have security risk and compliance and so on. Lists can go, on and on. So you have bright future because you have multiple domains to choose from. You have, 40% job opens which are yet to be filled. You have growth opportunity 10 to 11% every year, meaning 500 k per year. New job openings are coming our way, right? So this is how you are going to secure or bright your future in the field of IT and cybersecurity. Now, since you would have everything in your life, right? You pass the CCSP, then obviously you are going to earn 20 to 35% more money as compared to the non-certified professionals. You have job security due to huge demand in the market. As I said, 40% job openings, 7,500K existing open positions in US alone, and then 5,000 job opportunities every year for us to come our way. You are going to uplift the lifestyle of your family by taking them in the vacation, spending quality time with them, and giving the life they deserve, right? So this is the another advantage once you pass the CCSP certification. But why? All these things, good things are there, but why most people could not pass CCSP or others industry recognized security certification, CISSP, CISM, right? The reason behind that is the lack of clarity of why they should pass the CCSP. So friends, if we just, want to pass the CCSP to, without any purpose, without any reason, then we are not going to focus or give the, efforts it requires to pass the certifications, right? So we all need to understand, we need to have a, crystal clear, absolute clear uh, reasons why we want to pass the CCSP. I have given multiple reasons, like if you want to outperform, if you want to earn more money, if you want to give better life to your family, if you want to keep learning, if you want to secure your job. These are the reasons. You need to identify which one aligns with you, right? That is one thing. Also, one thing is the lack of clarity why they want to pass the CCSP, right? The second thing is the direction to kickstart the preparation in terms of the books, which books to be referred, which training courses to be joined in, which practice questions to be practiced, and how to manage the time while working, right? So these are the main reasons why people are not able to pass CCSP in their first attempt, or they are not even trying to attempt the certifications. They also do not have mentors, coaches, or trainer to whom they can connect and get the clarity, right? If they are stuck somewhere, if they are not certain about any specific topic, they don't have any mentor, trainer, or the coach to whom they can reach out to and get the clarity. The reason for having mentor, coaches, or the trainer is that the CCSP syllabus itself is very broad and complex, right? And the exam content is very rigorous, right? And they follow the 3 hours pattern where you need to solve 125 multi-choice question, right? You are going to get drop, drag and drop question as well, right? So most of the people also face issues with the time management in the exam, right? So these are the reasons. The CCSP exam is challenging and requires a significant amount of preparation. As I said, you need to devote specific hours in a weekdays, at the same time in the weekends as well, right? It includes cloud security architecture, cloud security concepts, cloud platform and infrastructure security, cloud and data security, cloud application security, cloud incident response, and the cloud governance. These are the top domains where we are going to learn a lot, right? The format of the exam is very rigorous and it includes multi-choice, as I said, right? And they also have fill in the blank questions, which gets confusion or which creates confusion for the candidate appearing for the certification, and the time limit is one of the reason, right? As you need to pass the certification within the 3 hours, you need to solve all the questions. Out of 125 question, 25 question would be kind of some sort of test question. Basically IC square, give those 25 question just to take the suggestion from the candidates appearing for the exam. Those question does not comply for the marking, right? So that kind of question you are also going to get, but you don't know which are those questions which are there in your exam, which is not going to use for the marking. Also, the reason is most of the people are not able to kickstart their career or stuck in their existing career. The reason is everything is there, all the resources are available on Google, LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere, right? But still people are stuck who are already in the job, right? And few people who just graduated are not able to kickstart their career, and the reason behind that is the skill they possess is outdated and not in the demand currently in the marketplace, right? Also, they are rigid to adapt the change with ever changing technological landscape. Meaning, I know multiple friends to whom I started my career 17 years back, who, so I had been in the cybersecurity and server support kind of role, but my friends were on the network security, not network security exactly, network management, but still they are still doing the same network related work, right? And that's where they're not growing a lot, because they are still carrying the burden of the legacy systems or the tools and technologies they have learned or they started their career with, right? So that is another reason. So we need to be very open, we need to adapt the changing technological landscape and keep learning, keep upgrading ourselves, right? There are people who are also not focusing on the self development, upskilling, cross skilling their knowledge with demanding skill in the market, right? So, as I said, right, if people are just doing what they're supposed to do in the office, going to office at 9 a.m. and then coming back from office at 5 p.m. and then spending most of the time sitting on the couch watching TV, scrolling social media, then you're not going to get new things, right? If you have done whatever you have done yesterday, the result is today. If whatever you do today, your result would be tomorrow, right? So we need to make changes in our habit, in our behavior, and keep learning, keep growing, then only the result will be different tomorrow, right? There are people who are not joining webinars, workshops, or industry conferences and professional forums, right? Their major focus is doing the official work, the same mundane task, the same routine work, and coming back and then spending time with the family and sitting on the couch, etc., right? I thank each one of you for taking out the time on the weekends and joining this session, right? You guys are different than those people, right? Who do not do all these things. You had the option to do something else, right? You could have spent time watching movies on the weekend. You could have went out with your family members. You could have done anything you would have liked, right? But you prioritize learning as a first priority, and you are here in the session. So I really thank each one of you for that, because this is going to take you to the next level, right? There are people who are not getting opportunities outside the organization in the marketplace, as I said, right? Either people are not having the right skills, or the skills they are carrying does not have the huge demand in the market. The second reason is they are not having the right certification on their resume. As I said, certification is kind of proof or the aggregation from the organization from you are certifying, right, that the knowledge or the skill you possess is true from their knowledge, because you have appear for the exam, you pass the exam, and based on that you got the certification, meaning you have the skills or the knowledge you are claiming to be, right? So that is another thing. There are people who are basically not focused on networking, right? They lack networking. They do not have any membership or professional forum membership like IC Square, ICK, or CompTIA, right? All these professional forums conduct seminars, webinars, or the person meetups, right? Across different chapters across the cities, right? So those webinars, those conferences help you to understand the trends, or the upcoming new tools or technologies, upcoming security threats. So that's where you grow, you learn. So friends, just to be clear here, if you are not improving yourself 1% every day, means you are degrading your skill. It is as the same as you are having 100 rupees at your pocket for 1 year, meaning the next year the value of that 100 rupees is 93 rupees, right? Because 7% inflation rate, the value 7 rupees go flat down to the rupees. The same thing applies to the knowledge here as well, meaning you need to keep learning, you need to keep evolving if you want to be current and outperform in the marketplace. Now we already talked about bunch of advantages of having a CCSP certification, and why people are not able to pass the CCSP certification. Now we are going to talk about the 4-step framework to pass the CCSP in first attempt. Now, so the frame steps framework to pass the CCSPs. So if you guys follow this 4-step frameworks, friends, you are certainly going to pass the CCSP in your first attempt. I have seen people following these steps in passing certifications in 1 to 2 months as well. But sometime for few people, I have seen they have certainly passed in 3 months, right? Because it depends on the individual, their existing knowledge on the cloud, security, their existing past experience or the background, their existing family time, or their existing time spent on the office or the work, right? So it depends on all those parameters. We cannot be very generous and tell like how much months it will take for all. So it depends on the individual, the learning capacity, the grasping capacity. It all depends on the individuals, right? But certainly if you follow this 4 steps framework, which is curated by me specifically for you guys, then this is going to definitely help you to pass the CCSP certification and get the benefit of what one will get as a CCSP, right? So let's dive into the main topics over here. So the first step within the framework is plan. So the clarity. So friends, as I said, you all need to have a crystal clear clarity, absolute clarity, why you passed the CCSP certification. Somebody would have, somebody wants to join the IC Square community. Somebody would want to earn more money to improve the family's lifestyle. Somebody would want to keep learning. That's where they would like to pass the CCSP certification. Somebody would like to maybe help the community to secure. Somebody will like to maybe grow within the organization, or somebody would like to open the plethora of opportunities outside the market, right? Or somebody would like to secure their existing job within the cybersecurity field. So just have a crystal clear, absolute clarity, friends. And once you have the clear understanding or the clarity why you want to pass the CCSP, then onboard your family members. Because friends, as I said, CCSP syllabus is very broad, and it requires you to sacrifice your own time, your family time, and devote those time on studying CCSP, right? So until and unless you onboard your immediate family members, if you are married, then it would be the spouse. If you are unmarried, then it would be your parents, right? You need to onboard them. You need to have an open conversation with them. You need to let them know that you are going to, you know, pass the CCSP certification in so and so month, right? And for that, you need to have, or you need to um, you need support from them, right? Like you wouldn't be able to spend much time with them, and then you are going to sacrifice your time, family's time, right? But at the same time, you are going to also let them know the benefits after passing the CCSP, right? Like you are going to earn 20 to 35% more, you are going to get the promotion within the organization, you would have a plethora of opportunities outside the market. And since you are going to earn more, then you are going to improve the lifestyle, or uplift the lifestyle you currently have, right? So those kind of open conversation you need to have and onboard your family members. Once you onboard your family members, then you along with your family members are putting the entire energy on that particular CCSP goal to pass, right? And when you would have a collective energy going towards one direction, then certainly you are going to pass the certification, and you wouldn't feel disturbed when you are, going to plan your study, or you are going to, take out time for studying, right? Third thing is shortlist the training courses. So here, in case of CCSP certification, I would recommend infosec train, because as we already talked about that, they have the trainers who are more than 15 years of experience, not just in the training but in the corporate as well. So they bring additional value on the table with their own life experiences, right? As I give example of my friend who is in the network domain, right? And how he's struggling, how he's stagnant in the current job. That is one example. Other than that, the use case scenarios we have faced across our you know career, which we are going to talk about as part of that. So shortlisting the training courses, the duration or the hours you are going to spend in that particular training, right? So that is something you need to shortlist. Once that is done, then you need to shortlist books, right? I recommend reading at least two books. First book should be CCSP official guide from CBEX, which is published by the IC Square themselves. And second, I recommend all in one, right? CCSP study guide, right? So one book would be as a primary book, which you are going to. So how the flow would be: you are going to attend the training session from the infosec train, then you are going to read the book, then if you would have any doubt, then again you are going to watch the recordings you will get as part of the CCSP training you are going to go through in the infosec train, right? Then once you are confident on the first book, then you will start reading second book, right? Once you are finished with the second book, then you will start the practice question. So you need to shortlist all the training courses, books, practice questions, which you are going to use as part of the CCSP journey you are going to follow, right? Once planning is done, you onboarded your family members, you shortlisted your training courses, you shortlisted your book practice question, then next thing is do. That is taking action, massive action, right? I wouldn't say action, it's a massive action, guys. So as part of doing, you need to create a detailed study plan. How the detailed study plan would be created? So I am going to share the Excel spreadsheet, right, where you would have a day wise plan. So take an example: if you are having 400 pages in your CCSP official study guide from IC Square, and if your reading speed is take an example 10 pages per hour, then to read the entire 400 pages, you are going to spend 100 hours, right? I'm talking about the deep learning, friends. It is not just reading the book and at the end you forget everything. No, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about it the deep learning, meaning you are reading or studying at the same time you are understanding what those concepts are, where we can apply in the real world, and how it is going to impact the the environment within the organization or outside the community, right? That kind of learning. So based on the first book, you got to have maybe 100 hours to complete 400 pages, take an example. Then for the second book, you are again going to have maybe 50-60 hours, because you already read through the first book, and then you went through the training. Then second book, you are going to take 50% time, right? So by starting the second book, you will have the more speed, more clarity on the concepts. Then you are going to read little fast, right? So you are going to read uh, 20 pages in 1 hour, meaning you are going to have 50 hours for second book read, right? This is a just hypothetical example I am taking. You are going to spend 50 hours in the video training. So total you got 200 hours, right? In going through the CCSP training, reading the first book, reading the second book. Now another 50-60 hours you can take out for practice question. The reason for practice question is, friends, most of the times people who failed CCSP, CISSP, CSUM or any industry recognized certifications are because they are major experienced. They have 10 years, 15 years of experience. They have worked on the all scenarios most of the times, but without following the ideal process in the world, the neat and clean world, right, where everything is processed even. And that's where they pull out their manager hat and they think from the doers point of view, right, and that's where the exam does not go well for those people. So here you need to understand, if you need to pass the CCSP certification, you need to think from the ways IC square want you to think. And for that you need to put out all the things which are in your hand out, and then learn in a way the way ISC square want you to learn, right, and that's where the CCSP practice question will help, right, the way uh, they curated the questions to for you to practice. It will help you to understand how IC square want you to answer their questions, right. So that is going to help in that way. Once that is done, friends, it's time to you know book the exam, right. You created the plan, you have all the analysis done, you identified the training courses you are going to go through, you identified the books to be read, you identified practice questions to be practiced. Now it's time to book exam in advance. Why I'm saying to book the advance, you will get to know if you need to spend 300 hours to complete both the books and training programs and the practice questions, meaning if you are going to take out 2 days in a weekdays, 2 hours in a weekdays, so it would be 10 hours, and then maybe 4 hours in a weekend, so it would be 4 8, so 18 hours you are going to take out in a week, right. So if you will divide those 300 hours by 18 hours, then you will get to know the number of days you would need. You can take a week buffer, because sometimes we are a human, right, we are not a machine. We cannot always go or plan our day well in advance. Sometimes there could be crisis or some issues in the family where you need to take out of the time and then go there, right. So in those situations you can have a 1 week work buffer and then schedule the exam. The reason is, the moment we bind ourselves with the monetary or the financial bind, then your purpose will get more and more clear, because you already spend maybe almost $599 the cost of this exam is. So it is almost 50 60,000 in INR, right. So the focus you would have towards this CCSP certification would be more, because you already have a exam schedule. And since you have already onboarded your family member, you will have a fear of embarrassment in front of your family member. You would have a fear of losing your money because you have already booked the exam, right. So that's where this is a very a sharp trick, friends. Whenever you created a detailed plan, you get to know by when you are going to finish your course. Book the exam in advance. You will get opportunity to reschedule based on your need later point of time, if something major happens in your family or with yourself. I wish that doesn't happen, but you would have opportunity to reschedule. But I request everyone to avoid rescheduling until and unless it is really needed. So first is in doing, create detailed study plan based on the speed reading, based on the number of pages in your book, based on the number of hours, based on the number of practice question you are clearing per hour. This is something where I can help you guys when you get enrolled in InfoSec Train. I have the template. I am going to help in my first session how you can do that, and then book the exam in advance. Now it's time to take massive action, friends, because without doing, nothing is going to happen. If you have thousand good thoughts in your brain, then it is of no use until and unless you take small action. So that's where it is said, it is better to take a small action rather than having thousands of novel intentions or the ideas in our brain, right. So without doing, nothing will happen. If we want to change, we have to do something different, right. So it's time to take massive action as per the study plan. Based on the detailed study plan you will prepare, you have to take those 2 hours. You can let your family members know, you can keep your phone aside, right, for those hours which you have devoted or which you have committed to yourself. Friends, let me tell you, we promise others, right? But we commit ourselves, right? Commitment means we don't want to miss it. So you need to commit those hours as per the plan if you want to really, pass your CCSP certification in the first attempt. The second thing is write the goal of passing CCSP certification in A4 size paper and put on your study room where you are going to study. The objective is to have a look at that couple of times in a day and couple of times in the evening whenever you are studying. The reason behind it, the way you are going to read it, it is going to remind you why you started CCSP journey in your first place. What are the benefits it is going to bring in yourself as a person, as a professional, and how it is going to uplift the lifestyle of your family. So this is very important, friends. It is going to get registered in your brain, and that's how you are going to get strict to the study plan. So do not miss this particular plan of writing your goal of passing CSSP in the scheduled date, right? As I said, you have to book the exam on the advance. So the date you have booked the exam, the goal you are writing should mention like I am going to pass my CCSP certification on 10th of July. That's how you need to write, because our brain understand the exact clarity. It doesn't understand the vague word, right? It understand the absolute clarity thing. So you need to be very specific to the CCSP certification and the date you are going to pass that. So just do it on a bold letter, little bigger, which can be see easily on the wall. Now, once you write the goal of passing the CCSP, now it's time to visualize. So before you start your study, just take 2 minutes, take deep breath, close your eyes, take deep breath, and then imagine that you went on, Pearson View Exam Center on 10th of July. I'm taking example of 10th July as I gave it. 10th of July, sitting in the exam paper, you are, within the time you attempted all the question you submitted, and when you come out of the exam center in the reception, basically receptionist or the proctor gives you the printout with the results, right? And the moment you got the printout, you saw and you passed the CCSP certification, and the proctor within the exam center is congratulating it. This is what you need to imagine, or this is what you need to visualize. How would be the feeling if you pass the CCSP certification? Friends, why I am saying this, because everything happens in this world twice, first in our brain and second in the reality. The aeroplane which was made by Wright brothers was not something directly invented physically, right? Wright brothers were thought through about that type of machine which can fly, right, like a birds, and that's where it come into the reality. They took the right action. They took all the measures, or they took all the testing or research or development. That is different thing altogether. But everything happens twice in the world, first in our brain and second in the reality. So in your mind, in your subconscious, you need to register that you need to pass your CCSP certification in the scheduled date, right? At the same time, you need to feel how you are going to feel once you pass the CCSP certification. First of all, you are going to call your wife or maybe your parents. You are going to let them know in very excited way, hey, I passed the CCSP certification, all my hard work paid off. That kind of word, you are coming back, you are posting the good news on the LinkedIn so that people also knows about it. So that kind of imagination, that kind of visualization has to happen 2 minutes prior, in a morning once, in the evening once. That's it. And just take the massive action without thinking about the negative things. Just keep doing it. Once you are done with all these things, friends, the next thing is check. Now I would request everyone, when you are committed to your goal to pass the CCSP certification, check social media on a set time, meaning do not keep the phone with you and just get distracted by every notification of messages or WhatsApp messages, Facebook notification. It's okay, your friends are getting married, they are on the vacation. It's okay, you can see that after 2 hours after you finish your study, right? Nothing is going to get away from you. You can scroll later point of time, but this is important for you, this is important for your family members. You need to understand that you need to focus on your learning, because it is going to change the way you are living, it is going to uplift your lifestyle. You got my point? Check aside, check if you can talk to the people on phone on a set time. Again, for the phone calls, let all your dear ones or the near ones understand that you are on the big mission. CCSP is not a small game. That's not something kids can play around, right? This is a big task you are going to do, or big goal you are going to achieve. Let them know you are on the critical mission or the goal you want to achieve in next 3 months, 4 months, whatever the set date is. Let them know whenever you will get time, you will call them. If there is anything urgent, they can contact your family members, right? And then you can address later point of time. There could be situation when you need to you cannot avoid. You can feel free to do that, but maximum time, most of the time we spend in gossiping, or checking social media, scrolling our WhatsApp. That shouldn't happen. You need to focus on the learning, you need to focus on the scheduled study plan, right? Now, check if you can avoid attending social gatherings while CCSP. Friends, we have been attending social gatherings, friends' marriage, birthday party, all those things since when we born on this Earth, planet Earth, right? And we are going to do that after 3 4 months once we pass the CCSP. So can we not sacrifice for just 3 months? All the peoples who have made wonders in this world are sacrificing some of their time, some of their the fun activities to achieve something new, right? And this is something you are going to achieve new, right? It is going to make you if you don't have 5 years of experience, then you would be IC square associate. If you have 5 years of cyber security experience, or maybe security experience, then you are going to have a member of ICS square. So it's a great achievement. It's a feather on your shoulder, right? You need to understand that it's not a small game you are playing. You can avoid attending social gatherings for 3 months or 4 months, whatever the schedule is, right? Check your CCSP understanding and concepts. Now you have already read your book. You have already, went through the training. You have already done all the good stuff in terms of preparation. Now you need to practice question, practice, practice, practice. And while practicing, you will select wrong answer sometime. That will happen. That happens with everyone, right? And the moment you select wrong answer, try to understand why you made a mistake, why you did not select the right answer, right? Because as I said, multi-choice question you are going to get four questions, options, right, within the question. Two of them would be most relevant, and two of them would be distractor. Distractor meaning they are just to distract your attention. Now you need to understand why those that particular question got wrong, and you need to go back to the video recordings you are going to get as part of your CCSP training program from infosec train. And at the same time you need to go through the primary book and secondary book and get that concept clear again. And do not attempt it the same question, because you already know the answers, right? Leave it for a couple of days, and then again attempt that particular question and see now that how your mind think through about that particular question or the topic. So that's how you need to check your knowledge, your understanding on the CCSP concepts. Now last and very important action is act, right, which already talked about. If you make a mistake, reread, relearn the CCSP concept on the video trainings recording you are going to get, the books you are going to refer, recall the CCSP concept in your free time, right? So you can do that whenever you feel like sitting idle, then you can recall those difficult or tricky concepts you have read or you have learned from the videos. And as I said, answer the question in a way IC square wants, right? Don't do the way you want, because if you want to pass the CCSP, you need to answer the way IC square wants you to answer the question. That is one thing. Friends, other than that, I'm also going to give you some tips, right, specifically to use your date time. What I mean by date time, right? When you commute to office, most of you, if you are in Bangalore, Delhi, or maybe the Mumbai, you are going to spend at least an hour, right, to go, and one an hour to come back, right? Almost 2 hours. In these hours, what you can do is you can just, play the recordings, whatever you would have or whatever you would get as part of the infosec training, and you can repeat or you can listen that. That is one way of using your date time, right? Second one is, if you are kind of a cook, right, who, if you love to cook, then while cooking also, you do not use your brain because it's in your muscle memory, right? You can use that time to go through the training, whatever you have been taught, right? While walking, if you are sport enthusiasm, or maybe you walk, you exercise, you can use those hours as well to read through or to listen to the infosec train materials, whatever you are going to get as part of the training program. So that's how you can use the date time, utilize. Maybe while lunch, you can play the videos or the recordings. While freshening up, you can do the same thing. So there are many occasions, friends, where you can you know get time to use, and then leverage this time to read through the CCSP material. You cannot read the book while driving. I don't recommend that, because you need to focus on the road. So, but you can just play the recordings on your car speaker, or if you are in a cab, you can just use headphones and leverage this particular hours. This is it, friends, from the InfoSec train side. I hope this particular session is informative. I would request every one of you to, enroll yourself by going on the InfoSec train portal. We have a new batch starting from 25th May, where I would be the trainer. I have been having 17 years of experience in the cybersecurity. I have delivered multiple sessions. Thousands of my students have passed CISSP, CCSP, and CCM certification following the framework I just talked about. And I am hoping the next one would be you guys. We have a limited spot, very limited seats. Half of the seats are already full. In InfoSec train, we basically run small batches so that we can make the session interactive the way we did today, right? The similar thing is going to happen in the session as well. So I hope you all would have enjoyed the session. You all would have learned something new. You all can do the same process what I just talked about, right? But it is going to take a lot of time. As I said, right, time is money. Why people say, right? Because time is clicking, right? You can expedite the process, right? You can do all this thing by doing everything your own, right? But it is going to take maybe 6 months, 1 year, right? But here, if you get enrolled in the infosec train, you can do this within 3 months, 4 months, right? Based on the availability, based on the time you are devoting, based on the the work pressure you have at your work, right? So all those things is going to help, guys, and just focus on that. Do it. The vehicle I showed, or the framework I just talked about, that is proven. It has been used by 1,000+ people, 1,000+ students of mine. They have got success. I myself has got success following the same principle, same concept, and I'm sure you are going to you know get the same result, same outcomes what we just discussed. With this, I think we have already discussed many things. I hope you guys have learned a lot. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much once again for taking out time in the weekends and prioritizing the self development. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.